Let's go ahead and start off first game of the finalists of Sunday Community Skirmish number 23. Let's get going. First chip, red spawn for the kClan. The maybe not Yggdrasil. A Pyramidian being piloted by, well, Yggdrasil. Mine launcher carronade forward with another mine launcher and flare gun on the port side. We also have the Aquamarine, a Mobula being piloted by Lochnagar. Hades up top with mine launchers on the wings and echidnas on the lower decks. Already, gotta do this fast. Fancy, it's a sniper Mobula with disable lower deck. And we have the LibGTK, Gatling mortar forward, Puro with a carronade and flare on the front. Aquamarine already taking a lot of damage, leaving its ally, the maybe not Yggdrasil, to bump up against the ribs. And I think it's going to go down pretty quick here. Look at those shots landing, so coordinated, but the LibGTK has opened itself up. Yggdrasil not looking great. There it goes. Aquamarine now landing Hades shots. One mine lands. LibGTK's armor is low. Components are burning. One gun is okay, but the Aquamarine cannot get the kill. The engines are still up, and they're going to be okay. Now the Aquamarine is stuck behind this rib. Maybe not Yggdrasil spawns a mile away. I think that the kClan are just going to leave the Aquamarine to its death. Hades goes out. It's landing on the Aquamarine, and the Fancy is looking like it just wants to close this out with brawling. There it goes. Wants to make sure that the maybe not Yggdrasil doesn't even have time to come in. The Yggdrasil has got to stop or it's going to meet grind. Full reverse. It's kerosening backwards. Yeah, it doesn't want any of that nonsense. LibGTK and Fancy are going to collect themselves 2 kills, no hull damage. Absolutely brutal, and the Rydrs start this game out excellently. The Hades already landing on Yggdrasil. Just barely in some of these cases. Aquamarine eating some fire as well. The Fancy has changed targets. In the meantime, the LibGTK. What is it doing? It's just hanging out right now, letting the Fancy bait in a little bit. The Fancy's armor is burning. I think it's going to be okay, though. The maybe not Yggdrasil is stepping behind this rib. Fancy backs up a little bit as well. It wasn't facing its enemies directly. It wasn't committing that hard. It was just facing a little bit off to the side, so it could back up behind cover. And now the LibGTK has moved in, but it's forced back down again. So this is kClan's chance to move in, and they've got to seize it. Aquamarine now taking fire from the Fancy. Hades and Artemis doing their work. That is quite a bit of damage. Very quickly. I really like GeoRimmer is just taking every shot he can. Nice Artemis shots as well from Lydia and Alien. The Aquamarine is going to actually step forward. It may take some damage here. Fancy throwing out Hades and Artemis. They were ready for it. LibGTK in the meantime keeping the maybe not Yggdrasil back, so the Fancy can keep getting shots on the Aquamarine. And in fact, it's going to move forward. I don't think it's actually that scared of the maybe not Yggdrasil. Oop, one mine goes out. Another one goes out. LibGTK, too smart for that, and it's going to back away. Gatling continuing to go into the maybe not Yggdrasil. Armor not looking great. Aquamarine not looking great either, but the Fancy is starting to take some return fire. Echidna goes wide. A lot of it does. Now the Aquamarine and the maybe not Yggdrasil have both lost their armor. Mortars, wow, landing from the LibGTK. What kind of ammo is that, sir? Fred the Fifth running Lesmok. That is Lesmok ammo on the LibGTK. This is actually a slightly longer range Pyramidian. And the mortars almost take it out. Holy cow. Now the mine does land on the LibGTK. Fancy now loses its armor. Aquamarine getting a chance to answer, but it's not quite able to get the kill. Echidna's not quite accurate enough, and the LibGTK is going to start tanking for its ally, buying time for it to repair. But LibGTK, not taking that much damage, actually. It looked like it was, but it's just fine. And the Fancy is going to repair, and it has an answer. The maybe not Yggdrasil has tried to work its way around this rib, but the The trade winds are pushing him in, and they're stuck. LibGTK is going to get this kill pretty quick. Put him out of his misery. I'm actually surprised. I think that the Ryders would want to just leave him here stuck, but they just want to kill. They just want to make sure that the maybe not Yggdrasil can't do anything, and there it goes. 3-0 in favor of the Ryders already, and we have 10 minutes left still. 3 kills in 5 minutes is an impressive metric. Yggdrasil saying that went according to plan. Yeah. Fancy moving in on the Aquamarine. Flamethrower gonna go out. What are the chem sprays looking like? Well, they're not on the armor. They're on the balloon, though. So they'll be able to stay in the air, but the LibGTK gets the mortar shots nice and easy. Looks like hashtag where are the mortars are not trending anymore. Because they have been there every time from LibGTK. Very nice shooting from Fred V. Maybe not Yggdrasil has spawned in. It's 0-4 though, and I think the Ryders just want to try to finish this game. They probably could. Fancy getting shots on the maybe not Yggdrasil. Just forcing them back. I doubt the Ryders are going to try to play the clock. It seems unlikely. If you try to play the clock too hard, then you oftentimes get cornered. And so it's definitely dangerous to do so. The GTK, however, going to back up. The Fancy getting shots on the Aquamarine. They're trading shots. Can the Artemis actually take out the Hades? That's going to be the target for both these Artemis. There we go. Hades goes down on the Aquamarine, and it drops, trying to buy time to get that Hades back up. But the LibGTK is coming in from the side. I think that the kClan have gotten too aggressive on this one. And the Aquamarine will go down. Ryders picking up the first game of the finals, 5-0. Very, very convincingly. Mr. Beachbum is absolutely right. The Ryders never play the clock.